Ladies and gentlemen, in this video, I'm going to tell you how White House cabinet officials are advocating for more rounds of stimulus checks. Nonetheless, they're dragging their feet to cross the goal line. If President Donald Trump was their quarterback and these would be his wide receivers, they would have been cut already in the preseason. First, they were talking about they were in pre-negotiations in May. Then they would start working on something in June. Then nothing's going to happen until the July 4th recess, which goes from July 4th to July 20th. Then, senior economic advisor Kevin Hassett stated that next stimulus would go through, or they would start working on the next stimulus. I'm not too clear as to what option they're going to follow before the August recess. So what are they really talking about here? You know how they've been advocating for it. You heard senior economic advisor Kevin Hassett speak yesterday. He told Jerry Baker of the Wall Street Journal, as I reported on my last video, that although they do not want the $600 weekly bonus that they're paying to people on unemployment insurance because it disincentivizes people to get back to work, he argued that another round of direct payments would not discourage people to get back to work. Great sign. Everyone's like, wow, good news. We're going to get the direct payments because that's what he said. And it shows that the White House is indeed backing another round of stimulus checks. You heard Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin double down on the idea of direct payments during the Senate committee hearing on small business entrepreneurship. They asked him, Senator John Neely Kennedy asked him, if you were king, how would you package the next round of stimulus? And he stated that he would seriously consider sending more direct payments to Americans. Then he, in a virtual event, he told reporters the same thing. White House is seriously considering it. Back in April, after CNBC jointly released a poll with Change Research that found that 74% of swing state voters want recurring direct payments, the White House strategically and exclusively released a statement only to CNBC stating that out of all the proposals in the HEROES Act, the White House would only likely support direct payments. Why don't you just pass it already? I don't understand it. I read your comments. I read your complaints in the comments section. How you have issues. I understand you have issues that you can't pay for your food. You can't make ends meet. That they need payments. Either another round or recurring direct payments. And I see that you need it. I know that you need it. So you have to demand it. Because you have to understand that these people, they work for you. Tell them to stop dragging their feet. And I want to arm you with the ammunition to show them that it's not only for your personal needs, but it's also for the economy's needs. Without you, the economy is dead. I'll say it again. Without you, the economy is dead. Without you, me, everyone else to whom this message will reach, we are the consumers. Consumption, personal consumption makes up 70% of GDP. GDP is the monetary value of finished goods in a country within a certain period of time. That contracted by 4.8% in the first quarter. Here in the United States, we make up 70% of that. They're accusing us, reports are accusing people of hoarding their money. I wouldn't blame them. You only got one payment. You don't know when the next payment's coming. And essential items, prices for food, groceries, skyrocketing. Meat is up by 18.2%, whereas foods in general are up by 4.8%. Fuel costs have skyrocketed by 20.5%. People need these essential items, and they're going to think about that before going out to a restaurant or spending on apparel or all these other industries or travel or leisure. These industries that the government is now publicly saying that they want to support because they've been suffering through this crisis. And I feel for everybody. But just think about what the politicians actually care about, man. Dating back to the Iraq War. All right. First, keep this in note. But first, mind you that first round of stimulus, it costs anywhere from $250 billion to $300 billion. They spent, the federal government under the Bush administration spent, estimates come in at anywhere from $1 trillion to $3 trillion to $6 trillion on the Iraq war. What did that do for everybody? I'll tell you what it did for Halliburton. Vice President Dick Cheney was was CEO of Halliburton before he became vice president. They paid him millions of dollars in deferred payments and severance. I think it was like a $36 million severance package. Halliburton clocked $40 billion off of the Iraq war and didn't even do the job right, according to several reports. Under President Barack Obama's watch, quantitative easing, they pumped in $4 trillion into government bonds, boosting up the stock market, keeping interest rates low. Now, kept interest rates low for people who were saving. Nonetheless, the same banks, the federal government bailed out, then made it harder for you to get a home loan, for you to have a piece of the American dream. And then, once Barack Obama gets out, he's invoicing $400,000 and $600,000 for 1-hour speeches before Wall Street executives and other high net worth people. President Donald Trump, for the economic injury disaster loan, his administration, the SBA, contracted RER Solutions, a Virginia-based government contractor, to go ahead and process these loans. And they offloaded the work to Dan Gilbert's company, owner of the Cleveland Cavaliers. First off, they paid RER Solutions $500 million. They offloaded the work to Dan Gilbert. He paid $750,000 for Donald Trump's presidential inauguration. So he got what? 665% of his money? Now that's what he would have clocked the whole thing. But he got a big chunk of it. I'm pretty sure of that. Understand? And he wasn't even supporting President Donald Trump. I don't even think he thought that he would win. Once he saw that he won, he was like, let me go ahead and throw my money where the winners are at. It's exactly what they do. It's exactly what they do. They keep their own interests in mind. Nonetheless, this is supposed to be a country for the people, by the people. Remember this stat. Consumption dropped by 13.6%, according to the Labor Department. They have to get that number up. That said, they have to get you that encouragement. How do they do it? By getting you money. By getting you more rounds of stimulus checks. So you demand it. Not only because you need it personally for yourself. I understand that. But first off, let them know that they have to give it to you if they want to save this economy. They have to help you out. This was nobody's fault. It wasn't your fault. It wasn't my fault. They probably had more control over how to handle the crisis as we do, because we hired them in the positions that give them the power to go ahead and ensure that closures were in place. But that's just another story. But what I'm saying is, for the people, by the people. Declaration of Independence guarantees us certain inalienable rights: life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. And by exercising those rights, to maintain those rights, we give them the power to go ahead and handle the country the way it's supposed to be handled. So they have to save it. If public officials are watching this, you have to do everything in your power to get money in these people's pockets, the people who need it most, to ensure your economic recovery, our economic recovery. So stop thinking about yourselves and think about the country as the whole, because without its people, it is absolutely nothing. And this is the greatest country on the planet. That's why you see me rep the flag right here. Understand? But I also understand it is for the people, by the people. That said, leave your comments, feelings, and thoughts in the comments section below. Watch this video right here. For more stimulus coverage, click the like button if you like the video. Click the subscribe button to stay on top of my findings. I will do my best to report what others will not. May God bless you. May God bless everybody in the United States of America and everybody else on this planet. Talk soon.